That's right, General Peters presents Horror Fest 2023. 19 Nights to Rock, Night 1, Friday the 13th, Part 6, Jason Lives, 1986. Night 2, Island of the Doom, 1967. Night 3, Friday the 13th, Part 7, The New Blood, 1988. Night 4, Trilogy of Terror, 1975. Night 5, Horror High, 1974. Night 6, Splatter University, 1984. Night 7, The House on Haunted Hill, 1958. Night 8, Scream Time, 1983. Night 9, Carnival of Blood, 1970. Night 10 was Cat People, 1942. Night 11, House of Ghosts, 1906. Night 12, The Amityville Horror from 1979. Last night's feature presentation on night 13. Another first-time entry into the recorded lists, Grizzly, 1976. Making it the 8th entry this year to be a first-time entry. It doesn't feel like it's been that many. It feels like it's been a lot of classics, but that is the 8th time that that's happened. A new entry. Grizzly, 1976. I've seen it before. So this one, I talked about the haunted house subgenre of horror in yesterday's video. Grizzly falls under the man versus nature subgenre, which was popular in the mid to late 70s. Beginning, of course, with Jaws, 1975, which I've never seen. Some of my favorites from the man versus nature genre are Snow Beast, 1977. Blood Beach, 1980. Squirm, 1979. Those are the main ones. And Rattlers, 1976, I believe. Grizzly's pretty good too. Some of you might be. There's Orca. There's others in there. Some of you might be asking, what about 1973? Well, that doesn't really fall under the man versus nature. That's really more of a sci-fi horror throwback to the 1950s mad scientist horror. It's along the lines of The Alligator People, 1959. So that one's not a man versus nature. So Grizzly, 1976. You have, you've got Jaws, the beach movie, man versus nature. You have Blood Beach, which is a rip-off of Jaws, but it's more of a sand version. Grizzly is a land version, a forest version of Jaws, and it very closely follows the formula of one of my favorites, Snow Beast, which is a Jaws ripoff that takes place in a snow. It's the snow version, a ski resort version. So Grizzly is very much like the Snow Beast, which is with its plot. You have some of the main actors. Richard Jekyll, there's a horror connection there. It's a familiar face. Was in Blood Song, 1982, with Frankie Avalon as the villain. You have Andrew Prynne. It's one of the nicknames for Andy in trivia. Andrew Prynne, who was also in Amityville 2, which I talked about yesterday. Amityville 2, The Possession. He plays Father Tom, I believe, one of the priests. He is in this, and last but not least, Christopher George, the legend, the steely-jawed, cigarette-smoking son of Greek immigrants. Christopher George, a late 70s, early 80s horror legend in my book and in many people's books. He was in Graduation Day in 1981. He was in Gates of Hell, 1980. Of course, he was in Pieces, 1982. I feel like I'm missing one. He was in Grizzly, 1977. What else was he in? Those are the best ones. He was in one of his, I think his final film appearance was 1983's Mortuary. So I'll just list a bunch of films there, a bunch of horror films. Mortuary, which was one of the first films of Bill Paxton, and that one's not available on YouTube. I had a lot of trouble finding that one. I want to see it again. Mortuary, it's a film about AOL trivia and pro football room sometimes. Mortuary. Christopher George, an absolute freaking legend. There is a so Grizzly, good film. It seems more like a made-for-TV film, but hang on, guys. We're gonna get over here. Hang tight. It seems more like a made-for-TV movie, if not for the gore and the dismemberment. Some pretty gory stuff in there. You would swear that it was a made-for-TV film, much like Snow Beast definitely was. All right, Grizzly. There is a sequel to Grizzly. I saw it about a year ago. Yeah, about a year ago. Grizzly 2. And I know it has a subtitle. I forget what it is, like The Revenge or something. Grizzly 2, 1983. If I didn't know any better, I'd probably watch it maybe tonight. If I hadn't seen it before, thinking, oh, this has got a lot of potential. No good. Trust me, it's very, very bad. It's got Laura Dern in it. It's got Louise Fletcher of One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest in it. It's got Robert Arden, a longtime veteran actor who is best known to me as the congressman or politician guy who commits suicide in Omen 3, the beginning of the film. Grizzly 2 is also noted for having early film appearances with a young Charlie Sheen and a young George Clooney. I think they both get killed by the bear early in this film, in Grizzly 2. But before I forget, Andrew Prynne was very good in Grizzly. We lost him on Halloween 2022 at I think he lived to be like 86 or 87, so may he rest in peace. 10/31/22. Tonight's. All right, so that puts 70s films over the top, in the lead for horror films decades for 2023. That makes 5, I believe. Gonna be 6 tonight. Another entry, another new entry, a 70s entry, and a first-time entry, and a first-time viewing for Frank Addington. The Car, 1977. Darth has been talking to me about this one. It's got James Brolin, another James Brolin film. The Car. I'm a little nervous about this. I don't know if it's going to be good. I hope it is. But I had some other choices today. You know, it's just hard. It's Horror Fest. Look at the changing trees, the fall, the late fall, here on October the 26th. And Intel said this of course he's in Florida, so that's it's a lot different. Saying it doesn't feel like Horror Fest, but you know, Virginia, we're used to it being cool, at least by the 26th of October. Got up to close to, I think we got to 80 today here in Richmond. Little clouds coming in. It's going to be a little cloudy tonight. And then tomorrow, over 80, the forecast says, and no bus duty for me tomorrow. Got some plans tomorrow. Could be a finale. We'll save that for tomorrow's videos. It's going to be a warm one. Last night's feature presentation, Grizzly, Christopher George, Andrew Prynn, Richard Jekyll. Tonight's feature presentation, The Car, 1977. James Brolin, Veronica Cox is in it, and I forget the others. Alright, here we go. NFL Week 8 also kicks off tonight. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers look to stay in the first place in the NFC South as they travel to Buffalo to take on the Buffalo Bills, who have not been playing very well the last couple weeks. Eked out a win against the Giants a couple weeks ago, and then on Sunday took a big L to the Patriots. Soft Angelical is saying no excuses. They played like hell. Chalk has been quiet about it. They got to get a win tonight against the Buccaneers. All right, boys. Harfest 2023. 19 nights to rock. We are on night 14. It's going to be The Car, 1977. We got 6 nights to rock, counting this night. All right, boys. Thanks for watching. I'll see you mañana.